Hi guys. I'm gonna do a few videos today and they're gonna have a connecting theme, but they're gonna be different topics. So I'm not sure if that makes sense, but if you watch them, it'll make more sense to you. I also want to say that these videos are not going to be for everyone. We can disagree without being disagreeable. I have a right to my opinion, my video blog, and you have a right to yours, and so I don't have a problem with that. I can definitely respect your right to disagree with me and your opinion. I just hope that you can do the same for me. With that said, I'll get right into it. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that Jesus Christ is the only begotten Son of God. I believe that he died for my sins. That is what I believe. So, yes, you would label me as a Christian. You could call me saved, whatever you want to call me, that's fine. And I do know at this particular moment in time, and I am not psychic, that some of you all are thinking, okay, but I've seen a video or two of hers, and she does not seem like somebody who, how can I say, is a Christian, and she curses a lot. That's true. I'll give you that. But I'll say this. Peter, the disciple of Jesus, cursed. He cursed and he swore. And I'm not comparing myself by any means or any stretch of the imagination to the disciple Peter. But I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. Also, I am very honest and raw about the way I feel about my beliefs. I am what some would consider a carnal Christian. I even describe myself as being a carnal Christian. And for those of you that don't know what a carnal Christian is, it is someone who has one foot in the world and one foot in the church. So they have a relationship with the world and they have a relationship with God. And they're straddling the fence. Another example of that would be, on Halloween, you see the, women dressed up as the devil on one side and the angel on the other. They've got that half and half, red on one side, white on the other. That's an example of what a carnal Christian is. And that is me. I'm just going to be honest about it. Have I always been a carnal Christian? No, because I was someone who was born and raised in the church. I was raised in a storefront Baptist church. And if any of you guys out there know what that's all about, you know that services went on for days or what seemed like days. It was like you went in church at 9 o'clock in the morning. You didn't get out till like 5 o'clock and it was dark outside or something. So, yeah. And you were in church pretty much like 7 days a week sometimes, for all kinds of meeting, prayer meeting, Bible study, old people meeting, young people meeting, youth choir meeting, ladies choir meeting, usher board meeting. I mean, it was just, we were there all the time. But that's how I grew up. There has never ever been a time in my life, nor will there ever be a time in my life where I would not label myself as a Christian, because I will always believe in Jesus. I will always believe in God. That is who I am. But there has been a time where I didn't necessarily have a relationship with God. Now, when I say a relationship, I mean, where I spend time in daily prayer or I'm in church or what have you. I mean, I acknowledged him and I never would deny him, but I did not have a connection with him. There was a time in my life when I went through that, which I think a lot of people probably go through that in their lives. But I definitely went through that time period. Every day I have daily prayer and I do daily devotionals. I have 4 prayer partners. A few years back, I was blessed with 4 prayer partners. We are all very different. We are 5 of the most diverse women you would ever want to meet, because we all have different backgrounds, different family backgrounds, different spiritual backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, different economic backgrounds. I mean, we are just a really diverse group, but we have one thing in common, and that is the Lord. And we do, start our mornings at 5:30 in the morning. Now, I will be honest with you and tell you right now, there are some mornings where I'm not on the phone. Lately, there have been a lot of mornings that I have not been on the phone. And it's not, because I don't want to get up and pray. It's just because my schedule is a little different and it's a little hectic. And sometimes I'm just lazy and I allow my flesh to take over. And so I don't spend my 5:30 corporate prayer time with them that I could be spending. I might spend it sleeping, trying to get a couple of more winks before I have to get my son off to school and clean my dad up for the day. So yeah, so I don't get a chance to do that all the time. But one thing that we always do is that we always lift each other up in prayer, whether we're, on the phone with each other or not. They're always there, but again, I'm not always there. But I still have my daily prayer time with the Lord. I mean, I share with them, but I make sure that every day before my day closes, at some point, that I share a moment with him, just to acknowledge him, to thank him, to, become intimate with God. And that's important to me. A lot of the things that have happened in my life have happened because, or the decisions that I've made, put it that way, have happened because of my relationship with the Lord. And it's very, very, very important to me that I keep that relationship going, because it keeps me grounded spiritually. Now, I don't care. I'm not one of those dogmatic Christians where I'll say, if you're homosexual, you're going to hell. If you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. That's not me. I don't do that. A girlfriend of mine described me as being a liberal Christian. So I guess you can say I'm a liberal, carnal Christian. That's probably the best way to describe me, because I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care what you are. You can be agnostic, atheist, whatever your belief is, or your non-belief. I don't have a problem with that, because that is your right. You have a right. You have a right to believe what you believe. You have a right to worship whatever God you choose to worship. So I'm not going to sit there and pass judgment on you and say you're going to hell because you don't believe what I believe. I'm not doing that. I always say, and it even says in the word, we need to be more concerned about what we do and be accountable for our own sins than we are about everybody else's sins. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. So I'm not going to sit up there and say, oh, you're going to hell because you don't believe in God. You're going to hell because you don't believe in Jesus. I don't have time for that. That's not me. That's not my game. My thing is that whether you be spiritual, whether you be an atheist, whether you be a Christian, whatever your affiliation is, I think that it's just important to have some type of belief system. I guess for an atheist, it would just be, worried about being a decent human being, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that either. I can respect someone that's different from me, as well as I would hope that they would respect me because I'm different from them. So that, I'm going to wrap this first part up pretty much with that, because I wanted to give you that background first before I went forward.